What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy King of the Golden State coming at you with a haul video from over a weekend. And I got a stack of books, guys. Kind of a lot of stuff just kind of like just packing up right now at this point. So without further ado, I want to get off to what I've got over the last couple of actually last over the last over the last month actually. So it's gonna be a pretty long one. So be sure to hit the thumbs up in the down below. Also, for liking, and also comment down below. Also, you want to make sure you want to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So, yeah, let's get this thing started. Because without further ado, where do I begin? Well, we will start with a few things. Went to a estate sale and found some books that were being sold, some comic books in that estate sale, and now I'm just looking at one of them just now and noticing one's got a little smudge to it. But no, I don't want to get off track, but I went to an estate sale and checked out the comics they were having for sale, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I got them for like say about $1 each, and some had some defects and some were cool, and I figured what the hell, I'll just give it a shot. And yeah, without further ado, picked up a few books. Like got a copy of Marvel Premiere number 45. I think that's the first NetherRealm, if I recall, or I think NetherRealm or Other Realm. But it's pretty dope. So kind of picking that up. Found a Force number 1 in that pile. That's in a pretty sharp condition. I think I've sold this off to like years ago because I didn't really care for it much. To like I think it was to like some bookstore, like a used bookstore, and just to hear noise about this book now, it's kind of like I might as well get it back. And getting it back for $1, I couldn't say no. So it was pretty dope. I always pick this up, and I never could say no to Outcast. I mean, Outcast is it's a good series. I haven't been on it lately, so but for the issues I read, I figured it's still a good series. It might be worthy of me picking up. I'm not even sure if the series ended or not. So saw that number 1 sitting around there, and I got one that's already at 9.8. So it was just cool to see that there for $1. Couldn't say no. Found this cool little spec book, Sleepwalker number 1, newsstand copy, and I thought it was pretty cool to pick up. If you guys haven't read if you guys haven't read Sleepwalker at all, the whole series, it's actually a pretty good read all the way through. So this came out around the same time Darkhawk came out, and I think they kind of like went around the same time, and Darkhawk went longer, and Sleepwalker, I believe, got canceled somewhere around, I want to say around the 20s, somewhere around the 20s or 30s. It didn't go very long, but yeah, couldn't help it for $1. Also found some New Mutant stuff. I believe that's first Doug Ramsey, if I recall, and that's just off the top of my head. He also had a New Mutants number 16 at first Warpath, and what else did I have? A couple other New Mutants issues. I'm using my phone, so I don't have for video, so I don't remember the significance of these two, but it's New Mutants 18 and New Mutants 14. And now 18 is a pretty cool one. I know this one goes for a few bucks, but I wouldn't mind getting this signed by Bill Sienkiewicz. It's a really cool cover. So I got that one, number 14. I forget what 14 was about, but those are pretty good $1 pickups. Also found a this was disappointing. Found a Gotham Girls number 4. My first instinct was, oh great, I got a Gotham Girls number 4. As I left, upon further review, saw this big old tear. I didn't even think about it. I was like, damn, that sucks. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer when I saw that. So also found another copy of Alpha Flight number 1. That's being spec'd about right now, about that being brought to live action at some point. Also got, there's also a newsstand. I think this is like my 4th copy of Alpha Flight number 1. So it's pretty dope to see. Also, from that estate sale, found a... I always seem to grab these. I always like grabbing this. Is a Simpsons comic and stories. This is definitely going to be one to read because somebody already took this thing out and took the poster out and put it back in. But I got like a couple of those copies that are like bagged and boarded with where because that issue's already been pre-bagged anyway, so it was pretty cool just to see that. I always like grabbing those every time. Not familiar with this series, but for $1 I couldn't say no. Black Science number 1 by Rick Remender. So I figure I'd give that a shot. Also found Gargoyle number 1. It's a pretty cool Bernie Wrightson cover. Found a Walking Dead number 131. I think is the first appearance of Maggie's new boyfriend, if I recall. I haven't been up to date on Walking Dead at all. I mean, I know the season started recently for season 10, but I kind of don't care, and I'm sure a lot of you don't either. So, got a Marvel Age number 7. That's first, sort of like the preview appearance of Spider-Ham. So, figure what the hell, that's pretty cool to pick up for $1. Also picked this up for $1, which was a Marvel Age number 6. That's the preliminary sketches of Beta Ray Bill. So that was pretty cool to pick up. It's my 2nd copy anyway, so I know where to get a 3rd copy. I'm not going to say. Let me see. Also, whenever you see Spider-Man going against Megatron and Transformers, you got to pick it up, especially a black suit Spider-Man. So got that one. I think it's normally like a $10 comic books, but why the hell not? I don't think I have many Transformer comic books, so I had to pick that up. Just had to. Found Dark Claw Adventures number 1. It's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool cover swipe, or not a cover. I don't know if it's a cover swipe actually, but it's definitely a knockoff of course, obviously a knockoff of Batman Adventures. So there was that. Found this Marvel Superheroes. I thought it was going to be something, but I just picked it up just in the midst of just grabbing books. Like, for example, I grabbed X-Force 116. I don't want to mess with the sticker on here. I'm trying to find some way to peel off the price sticker. And if you guys know anything, please put it down below in the comments. That would help me out a lot. Also got this as well. Astonishing X-Men number 6. It's first Sword. First appearance of Sword. So I thought, what the hell? Just pick that up. And, just pick it up and move on in my life. So, yeah, guys, if you guys know anything about getting these stickers peeled off without damaging the book, please comment down below. Let me know, because I would love to, mess around with this. I mean, I already have these particular issues, but I figured, I'll mess with trying to peel off stuff that doesn't involve me trying to dig my fingernails under the sticker, which is kind of okay, but kind of like not okay. So, went further around and hit up another ad Craigslist wise to check any garage sales, and I found one other. I got a stack of books from this garage sale, which was kind of pretty cool. So found another New Mutants number 16. That was of course first Warpath. This one's got a little smudge or like a stain or something like here on the top. So I figured what the hell. Totally enjoyed finding this for a couple bucks. Mr. Miracle Director's Cut. Figure what the hell. That's a pretty cool one to have. I mean, I need to collect the entire Mr. Miracle maxi series and just read it all the way through. But they actually had some really cool covers for that. Also found Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man, and the Not Ready for Primetime Players. I think the reason why they say that is because I think they weren't allowed to use, I'm not sure. I think it's because they were not allowed to use the Saturday Night Live title. So it's a pretty interesting cover. I mean, I really thought it was cool. Written by Chris Claremont. He was talking about this on another video. I think it was a Comics with Bueller video, and he was being interviewed for some con, and I saw this and I figured why not? I had to pick it up. So and it also has Spider-Man. So Captain America 34. This is where Bucky becomes Captain America. It's a really dope cover by Alex Ross. every time I see this, I got to pick it up. You know, why not? You know, it's Spider-Man #1. It's always one of the best covers you'll ever see, you know, by McFarlane. Just couldn't help myself. Picked up Web of Spider-Man #99. I believe that's the first appearance of Nightwatch. So that was pretty cool to see. Also got Web of Spider-Man #70. That's a first appearance of Spider-Hulk. Also at this yard sale, it's not, you know, the premiere one that everyone's looking for, but it's premiere #6, and I believe it's the first Evangeline. So, you know, I got that for a couple bucks. You know, just because I couldn't find a Comico premiere of First Grendel, because I think that's the one we're all looking for. If that's the case, for a couple bucks. Devil Dinosaur, I found that, and I was like, all right, whatever. This is pretty cool. I mean, you know, I really didn't care. I just liked the cover. Also, I used to have this in my collection, and now I have like 2 or 3 copies of this in my collection. New Warriors #1. Always dug the New Warriors. I never had any issues with them. I mean, like, you know, when you have Fabian Nissi as a writing and you have Mark Bagley doing the artwork along with Derek Robinson as well. It was always a great run in my opinion. So there's that. Also found these as well. Batwing #20. I believe it's Lucius Fox taking on the whole Batwing character or becoming Batwing. I'm not exactly sure, but I got it only for a couple bucks. So I was pretty, you know, I wouldn't say excited, but you know, it was like one of those things. Just you find something and you're like, all right, that's cool. I will pick that up and put it away. Also found Marvel Age #90. That's always one to pick up. That's like my second copy. I went from a point of not finding this at all to finding a slabbed copy for 115 bucks, but I didn't pay for it, and found like 2 and like shortly after for like less than cover price. It was pretty cool. So couldn't turn this one away, even though it's got a little tear and a little scrunch. I'm not even sure what that. It might be a tear. By the way, it's Young Avengers #10. But yeah, I think this has got a little scrunch and color break on the top. But for the most part, it could be pressed out and looked a little better. But you know, I couldn't say no. It was a pretty cool copy to get. Original Sin #7 of 8. That is that's when Nick Fury tells Thor whispers to Thor's ear saying he's like unworthy. So that was pretty cool to pick up. Also, pretty excited to find that. I'm always excited to find an Inhumans like #1. You know, even though it doesn't really have much meaning or significance, you know, as far as what it's all about. But it's always cool to pick that up. And I already have one that's signed, but this one, just pick it up anyway. I have the trade, and I just like picking these up just for the hell of it because it's a great cover by Jay Lee. You know. Also, shout out to Comics to Sell. That's Comics #2 Sell. He actually had some. He sells books on Instagram. He sells some really good stuff, and he sold me a really good stack of books, which I was looking for. Well, not really, but I saw them and I found them. So you know, he had some pretty good stuff. So I found a handful of books like Rose and Thorn #3 and 4. Love those covers, man. Those are some really cool covers by Adam Hughes, and yeah, he had them for pretty cheap, and I couldn't say no. I mean, look at this, some great work. He also had this hanging around. That's Mission Impossible #1. This is the actual error variant. You know, it's a recalled variant actually. You know, which involved Tom Cruise didn't like the way he was being portrayed in the comic, so they had to have it redone. So this was recalled, and I guess he didn't like the way he was drawn in the comics, so they had to recall the comic. So it was cool to see that was available on his Instagram page. Check him out. I'll leave a link down below in the description. He's got some really cool books for sale on his Instagram page. But that's not all. Also got a handful of Batman and Robins and Batman Adventures and such. So like Batman and Robins #21. That was pretty cool to get. Also Batgirl Adventures, which is a super dope cover by Bruce Timm. So really dug that. And also hit another Bruce Timm cover, Supergirl Adventures. And all these were on Mylar backing boards. These are beautiful. And yeah, I got these for a really good price and couldn't say no. So also picked up, he also had G.I. Joe #1. And I've collected a lot of comic books over the years. And I got to say, the one thing I didn't really get in my collection was a G.I. Joe #1. Transformers #1, sure, no problem. G.I. Joe #1, never got around to it until recently. And, you know, it's really cool to have a cover like this. I always dug it. And it's funny, he also threw this in for free. Mr. T and the T-Force, which I thought was pretty funny. Neil Adams cover. Really awesome Neil Adams cover. So, really stoked to actually have that, you know. So who knows what gets slabbed and what doesn't get slabbed in that group. I know, it's pretty laughable. Also, shout out to another Instagrammer called Comics for Sale. Not Comics to Sell, but Comics for Sale. And he you know, he's had some books for sale, and he kind of covered things for me, you know, as far as my want lists and such. So this is a throw-in book, Amazing Spider-Man #1. Didn't really care too much about that, but the books I did care about, Incredible Hulk 234. That is the first appearance, I believe, of Quasar, and the newsstand variant. So that was pretty cool to see. And it's kind of like a so-so copy. I mean, it's got like a small color breakdown here and right down here by Berkeley and Battleground Berkeley. I mean, that's the one thing that hit me was instead of it being like a first appearance, it was just the fact that it's Berkeley. The Hulk was raging in Berkeley, so that was pretty dope. But the book that I really wanted was this one, Convergence #0. That's Adam Hughes cover, and I just love that cover of Catwoman. Such a badass cover. So yeah, I got that from Comics for Sale on Instagram. I'll put his link down below in case you guys are interested in buying stuff from him or her. I don't know if it's a he or she. Also got some books from San Diego Comic-Con, which I really, really wanted, and I finally got them, and they came in. So got Walking Dead #193. That's a Comic-Con exclusive. I need to go back down to San Diego again. It's just it's a great place, but the Comic-Con is just become a beast these days, to a point where I'm just turned away. I feel like I turn away, you know, feel like the need to turn away. Also, not only that, but I also got this one. That's the I think it's the Astonishing X-Men Rogue variant by John Tyler Christopher. I love that fluorescent green. That is such a awesome, just straight awesomeness. Look at that. It's like the negative space and everything. So I got that from another Instagrammer called G Moneybag Schnell. It's it's an interesting name. I like his name. He's a cool kid. He messaged me from San Diego Comic-Con, asked me if I needed anything from down there, and I was like, yeah, see if you can find these books for me. And lo and behold, he did. Quite awesome kid, cool kid. Also, when I was up here, I was doing some more Craigslist, findings and such. Found a yard sale, and the yard sale had nothing special, really. Just Superboy #157. It was kind of like a Readers or whatever. I don't know if there's anything special going on in this. I mean, might be a good read or whatever, but it's by Wally Wood. Also found at the same yard sale, found like a Sandman #5. Also a Sandman #1. Yeah, found that for $2, and I was pretty stoked to get that. So I already have a copy, but I'm probably gonna just get this one slabbed and hold it, and maybe I'll sell it at some point. I don't know, but it was pretty cool. Nope, don't want to shake the camera. I did that last time. Also went to another shop in my local Bay Area called Cape and Cal. Didn't really find too much I wanted personally. I just, just kind of just dug around a little bit. Found a couple books. Found this one that stuck out. Batman Beyond Unlimited. That's first appearance of Batgirl Beyond. I've seen this in a couple other videos, but to see it at the shop, I was kind of like, all right, I gotta grab that. So it was, I didn't find too much over at that shop, but like I said, if you guys get around to going to Cape and Cal, feel free to step in there and get some books, man. They got a really great selection. Also, went up north. Oh wait, also found us too over at Cape and Cow. That wasn't the only thing. Batman 241. It's a great cover. I love it. I think it's a Neil Adams cover. I'm not sure, but yeah, like I said, Cape and Cow. If you ever get down there, it's in Oakland, California, downtown Oakland, California. Check it out. And yeah, tell them the King of the Golden State sent you or something like that. I mean, it's a great shop, and got an awesome, fantastic selection, guys. So check it out. Went up north. Went to go check out a shop over in the not north, but slightly above north, just like the Santa Rosa area, and decided to check out some, shop, and they actually had some books out I was interested in to fill my collection. Incredible Hulk 250. That's a Silver Surfer versus the Hulk, and also there's a little chairing on the bottom there, but I didn't notice that until after I purchased it. But I didn't mind it. I mean, when I looked at it, it was fine. So picked that up. Also picked up a Fantastic Four number 244. First appearance of Frankie Ray as the Herald of Galactus, also known as, I believe, Nova. Yeah, so that was pretty cool pickup. Picked up Spawn number 61. I believe it's the first She-Spawn, and I was, got that one for just a few bucks over cover. I think it was a few cents over cover, but this one I definitely love. Is this Jenny Friesen cover of it's a variant cover of There's Something Wrong with the Children. So that was just one of those beautiful, beautiful covers that Friesen does. I mean, she does a lot of the Wonder Woman covers, and this doesn't get much play. I mean, she's a very underrated artist, man, and I really dig her stuff. But yeah, I picked those up, and also saving my best for last. Went to my local comic shop in the Bay Area, and these kind of piled up on me. I've been meaning to show these off to you guys, but yeah. Well, shout out to Crush Comics. They have, great selection of comics. So, the guy who runs the shop got a collection in, and I was, had to inquire what did you get, basically, and without further ado, I mean, let me show you what I got in the shop. Like, for example, I got Excalibur Special, so I got that. Also, let me see. Got Marvel Superheroes Presents the Black Knight. Now this thing's been sitting in his back issue bin for the longest time, because no one, in my opinion, no one really cared about the Black Knight until they start talking about him being in a Marvel movie, and I was like, oh great. So I flipped through the back issue bin all the time, and I always saw this book. When they start talking about it, I figured, screw it, I'm gonna pick it up. Books I picked up there from as well as Tomb of Dracula number 45. That's the first appearance of Deacon Frost, first full appearance. I believe his cameo's Tomb of Dracula 13. So pick that up. Also got a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends and Triumph of the Green Goblin. That's the first appearance of Firestar. I remember my buddy TiVo from Lords of Longbox got a copy of this over at Heroes Comics up in Campbell, San Jose area, and I didn't think much of it. And then now they're starting to talk about Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends being pretty much like a spec book. So I had to look for this for a decent price, and I'm glad I found it. Also, just recently saw the Joker movie, but on that subject, I was gonna say, hey, I picked up Joker as well. Pretty decent copy. I'd say about a VF minus, maybe a fine plus, but it's a pretty good book. And I think it was like a miniseries, like 6-issue miniseries. So I don't know if I should just hold on to this and get more issues, or just get a trade if there is a trade. It's for whatever, no big deal. Also, got this awesome Marvel Superheroes Presents Doctor Doom and his first Doctor Doom solo story. I just love that cover. It's a beautiful cover. May consider getting this pressed and slabbed. It's an awesome cover. Also picked up this one here. This is Shazam number 28. That's the first Bronze Age appearance of Black Adam, and this is definitely a slab-worthy candidate. This definitely has a look of maybe a 9.2, maybe 9.4, you know. And I just love the cover. It's pretty cool. So, also picked this up as well. That's my third copy of Silver Surfer number 3. But this one is in the best shape of them all, in my opinion. First appearance of Mephisto. Great series, man. Well, not a, it's a good series. I don't want to say a great series. That's overselling it. But still, definitely one worthy of getting slabbed. It's a really clean copy. The only issue I have is like probably the head of Mephisto's got a little mark right there. You know, other than that, this is a pretty clean copy, so I'm probably gonna get this thing slabbed and hope to get like a 9.0 or 8.5 at the worst. So there's that. But this is a big book for me. This is the one I really wanted. Hawkman number 4. Never got around to getting this, but been looking around for a decent copy for it and finally found one over my LCS. And yeah, getting that was pretty cool. I mean, his first appearance is Zatanna, and I've been meaning to get around to getting this. I just never got around to it. So now I do. I'm finally satisfied that I actually got that copy. So yeah. And of course, you know, his chest plate reminds me so much of like Thundercats, you know. So I thought it was that's pretty funny to notice, you know. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna get some of these things slabbed, or I probably won't. Namely Hawkman, and namely, you know, the Silver Surfer and such. But that's about it, guys. You know the deal. Hit thumbs up, comment down below. Also, subscribe and tell me what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.